Reading through the Bible in a year, July 10th, Joshua chapters 12 through 13, Psalm 145, Jeremiah chapter 6, and Matthew chapter 20. Now, these are the kings of the land whom the sons of Israel defeated, and whose land they possessed beyond the Jordan toward the sunrise, from the valley of the Arnon as far as Hermon, and all the Arabah to the east. Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon and ruled from Aroer, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, both the middle of the valley and half of Gilead, even as far as the brook Jabbok, the border of the sons of Ammon, and the Arabah as far as the sea of Chinneroth, toward the east, and as far as the sea of the Arabah, even the Salt Sea, eastward toward Beth Jeshemoth, and on the south, at the foot of the slopes of Pisgah, and the territory of Og, king of Bashan, one of the remnant of the Rephaim, who lived at Ashtaroth and at Edrei, and ruled over Mount Hermon and Salecah, and all Bashan, as far as the border of the Geshurites and the Maacathites, and half of Gilead, as far as the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. Moses, the servant of Yahweh, and the sons of Israel defeated them. And Moses, the servant of Yahweh, gave it to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh as a possession. Now, these are the kings of the land, whom Joshua and the sons of Israel defeated beyond the Jordan toward the west, from Baal-Gad in the valley of Lebanon, even as far as Mount Halak, which rises toward Seir. And Joshua gave it to the tribes of Israel as a possession, according to their divisions. In the hill country, in the lowland, in the Arabah, on the slopes, and in the wilderness, and in the Negev, the Hittite, the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. The king of Jericho, 1. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, 1. The king of Jerusalem, 1. The king of Hebron, 1. The king of Jarmuth, 1. The king of Lachish, 1. The king of Eglon, 1. The king of Gazer, 1. The king of Debir, 1. The king of Gader, 1. The king of Hormah, 1. The king of Arad, 1. The king of Libnah, 1. The king of Adullam, 1. The king of Makkedah, 1. The king of Bethel, 1. The king of Tappuah, 1. The king of Hepher, 1. The king of Aphek, 1. The king of Lasharon, 1. The king of Madon, 1. The king of Hazor, 1. The king of Shemron-Meron, 1. The king of Aksaph, 1. The king of Taanach, 1. The king of Megiddo, 1. The king of Kadesh, 1. The king of Jokneam in Carmel, 1. The king of Dor in the heights of Dor, 1. The king of Goim in Gilgal, 1. The king of Tirzah, 1. In all, 31 kings. Now, Joshua was old and advanced in years when Yahweh said to him, "You are old and advanced in years." That's why God is he's full of wisdom. And very much of the land remains to be possessed. This is the land that remains. All the regions of the Philistines and those of the Geshurites, from Shihor, which is east of Egypt, even as far as the border of Ekron to the north. It is counted as Canaanite. The 5 lords of the Philistines, the Gazite, the Ashdodite, the Ashkelonite, the Gittite, and the Ekronite, and the Avivite. That's a hard one to say. There's 2 V's next to each other. To the south, all the land of the Canaanite, and Merara, that belongs to the Sidonians, as far as Aphek, to the border of the Amorite, and the land of the Gebelite, and all of Lebanon toward the east, from Baal-Gad, below Mount Hermon, as far as Label-Hamath. All the inhabitants of the hill country, from Lebanon as far as Mizrephoth Maim, all the Sidonians, I will drive them out from before the sons of Israel. Only allot it to Israel as an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now, therefore, apportion this land for an inheritance to the 9 tribes and the half-tribe of Manasseh. There's actually a map here. It's a legend of sorts where you can see the map itself and the people to whom it's been given. Back to verse 7. Now, therefore, apportion this land for an inheritance to the 9 tribes and the half-tribe of Manasseh. With the other half-tribe, the Reubenites and the Gadites receive their starting over, with the other half tribe of Manasseh, the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses gave them beyond the Jordan to the east, just as Moses, the servant of Yahweh, gave them. From Aroer, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, with the city which is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain of Medeba, as far as Dibon, and all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as far as the border of the sons of Ammon, and Gilead, and the territory of the Geshurites and the Maacathites, and all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan, as far as Salecah. All the kingdom of Og in Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth, and in Edrei, he alone was left of the remnant of the Rephaim, for Moses struck them and dispossessed them. But the sons of Israel did not dispossess the Geshurites or the Maacathites, for Geshur and Maacath live among Israel to this day. Only to the tribe of Levi did he not give an inheritance. The offerings by fire to Yahweh, the God of Israel, are their inheritance, as he spoke to them. So Moses gave an inheritance to the tribe of the sons of Reuben, according to their families. Making sure we don't lose notes. Continuing on. Their territory was from Aroer, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, with the city which is in the middle of the valley, and all the plain by Medeba, Heshbon, and all its cities which are on the plain, Dibon and Bamoth Baal, and Beth Baal Maon, and Jahaz, and Kedemoth, and Maphath, and Kiriathaim, and Sibmah, and Zerath Shahar, on the hill of the valley, and Beth Peor, and the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshemoth, even all the cities of the plain, and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses struck with the chiefs of Midian, Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, the princes of Sihon, who lived in the land. The sons of Israel also killed Balaam, the son of Beor, the diviner, with the sword among the rest of their slain. The border of the sons of Reuben was the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the sons of Reuben according to their families. I'll make sure we don't lose the notes. There's a lot of notes in this section here. Okay. Scrolling through the same or similar map from the ESV Study Bible now. Back to the text. I did that thing where I looked away and I can't find my spot. I'm going to pick back up at verse 22. The sons of Israel also killed Balaam, the son of Beor, the diviner, with the edge of the sword among the rest of their slain. The border of the sons of Reuben was the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the sons of Reuben according to their families, the cities and their villages. Moses also gave an inheritance to the tribe of Gad, to the sons of Gad according to their families. Their territory was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the sons of Ammon, as far as Aroer, which was before Rabbah, and from Heshbon, as far as Ramoth Mizpah and Betonim, and from Mahanaim, as far as the border of Debir. And in the valley, Beth Haram, and Beth Nimrah, and Succoth, and Zaphon, and the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, with the Jordan as a border, as far as the lower end of the sea of Chinnereth, beyond the Jordan to the east. This is the inheritance of the sons of Gad according to their families, the cities and their villages. Moses also gave an inheritance to the half-tribe Manasseh, and it was for the half-tribe of the sons of Manasseh according to their families. Their territory was from Mahanaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 60 cities, and also half of Gilead, with Ashtaroth and Edrei. The cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan were for the sons of Machir, the son of Manasseh, for half of the sons of Machir according to their families. These are the territories which Moses apportioned for an inheritance in the plains of Moab, beyond the Jordan at Jericho to the east. But to the tribe of Levi, Moses did not give an inheritance. Yahweh, the God of Israel, is their inheritance, as he had promised to them. Moving on now to Psalm 145. I will extol you, my God, O King, and I will bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you, and I will praise your name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, and highly to be praised. His greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts. On the glorious splendor of your majesty, and on your wonderful works I will meditate. Men shall speak of the power of your awesome acts, and I will tell of your greatness. They shall eagerly utter the memory of your abundant goodness, and will shout joyfully of your righteousness. Yahweh is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and great in loving kindness. Yahweh is good to all, and his mercies are over all his works. All your works shall give thanks to you, O Yahweh, and your godly ones shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and talk of your power, to make known to the sons of men your mighty acts and the glory of your majesty, in the glory of the majesty of your kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. Yahweh sustains all who fall and raises up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food in due time. You open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways, and kind in all his deeds. Yahweh is near to them. Yahweh is near to all who call on him. To all who call on him, or call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him, and he will also hear their cry and will save them. Yahweh keeps all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth will speak the praise of Yahweh, and all flesh will bless his holy name forever and ever. There we go. That's all the notes to here. Now let's read Jeremiah chapter 6. Flee for safety, O sons of Benjamin, from the midst of Jerusalem, and blow a trumpet in Tekoa, and raise a signal over Beth Hakerem. For evil looks down from the north, and at great destruction. The comely and dainty one, the daughter of Zion, I will cut off. Shepherds and their flocks will come to her. They will pitch their tents around her. They will pasture, each in his place. Prepare war against her. Arise and let us attack at noon. Woe to us, for the day declines, for the shadows of the evening lengthen. Arise and let us attack by night and destroy her palaces. For thus says Yahweh of hosts, cut down her trees and cast up a siege against Jerusalem. This is the city to be punished, in whose midst there is only oppression. As a well keeps its waters fresh, so she keeps fresh her wickedness. Violence and destruction are in her. Sickness and wounds are ever before me. Be warned, O Jerusalem, or I shall be alienated from you, and make you a desolation, a land not inhabited. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, they will thoroughly glean as the vine the remnant of Israel. Pass your hand again like a grape gatherer over the branches. To whom shall I speak and give warning, that they may hear? Behold, their ears are closed, and they cannot listen. Behold, the word of Yahweh has become a reproach to them. They have no delight in it. But I am full of the wrath of Yahweh. I am weary with holding it in. Pour it out on their children in the street, and on the gathering of young and on the gathering of young men together. For both husband and wife shall be taken, the aged and the very old. Their houses shall be turned over to others, their fields and their wives together, for I will stretch out my hand against the inhabitants of the land, declares Yahweh. For from the least of them, even to the greatest of them, everyone is greedy for gain, and from the prophet even to the priest, everyone deals falsely. They have healed the brokenness of my people superficially. Think, but peace, peace. But there is no peace. They were ashamed because of the were they ashamed because of the abominations they have done? They were not even ashamed at all. They did not even know how to blush. Therefore, they shall fall among those who fall. At the time that I punish them, they shall be cast down, says Yahweh. Thus says Yahweh. Stand by the ways and see and ask for the ancient paths, where the good way is, and walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk in it. And I set watchmen over you, saying, listen to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, no, we will not listen. Therefore hear, O nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth. Behold, I am bringing disaster on this people, the fruit of their plans, because they have not listened to my words. And as for my law, they have rejected it also. For what purpose does frankincense come to me from Sheba, and the sweet cane from distant land? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable to me, and your sacrifices are not pleasing to me. Therefore, thus says Yahweh, behold, I am laying stumbling blocks before this people, and they will stumble against them. Fathers and sons together, neighbor and friend will perish. Thus says Yahweh, behold, a people is coming from the north land, and a great nation will be aroused from the remote parts of the earth. They seize bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roars like the sea, and they ride on horses, arrayed as a man for the battle. Against you, O daughter of Zion. We have heard the report of it. Our hands are limp. Anguish has seized us, pain as of a woman in childbirth. Do not go out into the field, and do not walk on the road, for the enemy has a sword. Terror is on every side. O daughter of my people, put on sackcloth and roll in ashes. Mourn as for an only son, a lamentation most bitter. For suddenly the destroyer will come upon us. I have made you an assayer and tester among my people, that you may know and assay their way. All of them are stubbornly rebellious, going about as a talebearer. They are bronze and iron. They, all of them, are corrupt. The bellows blow fiercely. The lead is consumed by the fire. In vain the refining goes on, but the wicked are not separated. They call them rejected silver, because Yahweh has rejected them. Concluding today in Matthew chapter 20. For the kingdom of heaven, Jesus continues, is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. When he had agreed with the laborers for a denarius a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And to those he said, you also go into the vineyard. Whatever is right I will give you. And so they went. And he went out about the 6th hour, so around noon, and the 9th hour, about 3 p.m., and did the same thing. And about the 11th hour, this is now 5 p.m., he went out and found others standing around. And he said to them, why have you been standing here idle all day long? Well, they said to him, because no one has hired us. So he said to them, you go into the vineyard too. When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, call the laborers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last group up to the first. When those hired about the 11th hour came in, each one received a denarius. When those hired first came, they thought they would receive more, But each of them also received a denarius. When they received it, they grumbled at the landowner, saying, "These last men have only worked 1 hour. You have made them equal to us who have borne the burden and the scorching heat of the day." The landowner answered and said to them, "My friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what is yours and go. But I wish to give to this last man the same as I gave to you. Is it not lawful for me to do what I wish with what is my own? Or is your eye envious because I am so generous?" So the last will be first, and the first will be last. As Jesus was about to go up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside by themselves, and on the way he said to them, "Behold, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered to the chief priests and scribes, and they will mock him to death, and will hand him over to the Gentiles to mock and scourge and crucify him. And on the third day he will be raised." Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came to Jesus with her sons, bowing down and making a request of him. He said to her, What do you wish?" She said to him, "Command that in your kingdom these 2 sons of mine may sit, one on your right and the other on your left." Why is this that she's asking this? She's asking this of heaven, perhaps? No. Because again, you have to remember the context behind this. Everybody was in expectation that the Messiah of God, who many people thought Jesus was going to be this military and political leader. He was going to come in on a war horse. He's going to overthrow the Romans and the Greeks and everyone around them who had control over these people. And he's going to raise up Israel as a nation. Everybody's clamoring so that they could have places or positions of political power. Sound like a Baptist preacher. Within the cabinet of this great new kingdom. That's what they were hoping for. That's what she is clamoring for. That's what the disciples argue about when they're walking along with Jesus or going different places. You'll hear them say that they're arguing about which of them is the greatest, which one will be the vice president of this new kingdom. That's what they're expecting. And even after Jesus is raised from the dead in the book of Acts, what do the disciples say? When will you become king? When will you overthrow this oppressive nation that bears against us? Showing once again, they've been missing the point all along. This is what she's asking. But Jesus answered, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am about to drink?" They said to him, We are able. Because they think he's going to be a king. Yeah, we can drink the cup of kinghood, kingship, whatever it's called, monarchy, whatever. He said to them, "My cup you shall drink." What is this cup? It's the cup of suffering. It's a cup of martyrdom. But to sit on my right and my left, this is not mine to give, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father. Hearing this, the 10 became indignant with the 2 brothers. But Jesus called them to himself and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and the great men exercise authority over them. It's not this way among you. But whoever wishes to become great among you shall be your servant, and whoever wishes to become first among you shall be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." See this in Jesus' own sacrificial way of living. He showed by way of example how his disciples should act, what the fruit of the Spirit looks like in action. Verse 29. And as they were leaving Jericho, a large crowd followed him. And 2 blind men sitting by the road, hearing that Jesus was passing by, cried out, "Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David." Again, that messianic title. The crowd sternly told them to be quiet, but they cried out all the more, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." And Jesus stopped and called them and said, "What do you want me to do for you?" Well, they said to him, "Lord, we want our eyes to be opened." Moved with compassion, Jesus touched their eyes, and immediately they regained their sight and followed him. There's a note here about the fact that the place is called Jericho. We read about Jericho not long ago, saying that the city of Jericho must be overthrown, and that if anybody were to rebuild that city on the same place, then it would be at the death of his firstborn as they break ground, and of his last child as they set the gates of the city in place. Reading the notes on this here from the ESV Study Bible. This Jericho is not the ancient city of Old Testament fame from Joshua 5 and 6, but the new Jericho nearby, about a mile to the south. This new Jericho surrounded a huge palace complex first built by the Hasmoneans around 2nd century BC, which Herod the Great expanded. Matthew says the healing of the blind men took place as they went out of Jericho. Mark chapter 10, verse 46 agrees. But Luke 18:35 said it was as he drew near to Jericho. It is possible that Matthew and Mark refer to the new Jericho and Luke to the old Jericho nearby, or vice versa. Another possibility is that the blind men cried out to Jesus as he was first entering the city, as seen in Luke 18:35, but he did not respond and heal them until he was leaving the city. Since none of the accounts tell us everything about the event, this may simply reflect the selection of different details about the event by different gospel writers. None of the accounts tells everything about the event. That's it. That's all the reading and all of the notes for today. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Behold, the word of the Lord.